Welcome back to episode 2 of the 2005 Ultimate Ironman series, and before we begin, I want to go more in depth on what I want to do with this account in terms of short to medium term goals. So to start that, as you can see on screen now, I'm starting the farming grind, and I pickpocketed the master farmer in Draenor and came south of Falador here to plant my potato seeds. And I'm going to try to get to 32 farming as quick as possible, as that will allow me to plant Rargh seeds, which allow me to create prayer potions, which will absolutely be vital in the future for doing things like Barrows. And speaking of Barrows, I want to outline the gear that I would want to have when I start my runs, and I would like to put that on screen as well. Obtaining the monk's robes for the prayer bonus, along with the damage book from the Horde from the Deep quest, will provide a total of 16 prayer bonus, though we will lose 5 of that bonus while ranging due to the magic shortbow being a two-handed weapon. And magic shortbows can be attained through hard clues, and one thing that I want to mention about hard clues is that they, as clues in general, have been revamped so many times over the years that it's extremely difficult to keep track of the areas, the drop chances, the loot, and everything that was exactly as it was in 2005. So my rule for this account is that I can only do easy, medium, and hard clues, as these 3 types of clues were the only ones that existed in 2005. And I can only do clues in the areas that were accessible on or before December 31st, 2005. And the same goes for the rewards. If that item existed on December 31st or before, it is absolutely in my right to go keep that item. But unfortunately, we won't be doing clues today. One last thing though is that for magic, the Slayer Staff actually is the best magic weapon that I can use. And it has 2 skill requirements, 50 magic and 55 slayer, which means I'm gonna have to start the slayer grind preferably sooner rather than later. And you might be wondering why I won't be using an Ivan staff, as it's still, even to this day, extremely useful as this thing was around in 2005. And that is because the Ivan staff in 2005 can only hold a maximum charge of 120 casts. And it was in 2014 in Old School RuneScape where it changed to be able to hold up to 2500 casts, and running all the way through the underground pass to recharge my staff every 120 casts is definitely not worth it. One last thing I want to bring up is an exception. At the very end of 2005, leprechauns were released, and with leprechauns you can store tools and note your farming equipment. And from what I've seen, you're not allowed to note your herbs and limpet roots and other things of that sort. And as an Ultimate Ironman in 2005, this really does hurt me. So I'm going to allow myself to note my herbs and unnote them at banks, as it's just removing a hurdle that quite simply adds nothing to the game mode. As I'm going to be spending so many hours farming NPCs like Chaos Druids or Kurasks just to prep for one Barrows run, and that's just way too much of a time waster and provides no value whatsoever. Like, I don't want to be possibly spending hours just to get a Rargh weed drop for the Praetor potions for maybe 1 or 2 chests. Then you multiply those few hours by a couple hundred, as that's probably how long it's going to take to get me full Carols and Guthans and maybe a few other items like Torag's legs or whatever. So I hope I made it abundantly clear that it doesn't help me, you, or anyone else, and it's just a huge waste of time. So I thought just by bypassing it, by noting the things to the tool leprechaun, it would just save me a lot of time that's just unnecessary to waste. Right now I can only use the Falador Catherby and Ardoin farming allotments, and here shortly I'll be getting access to the Morytania one, so I can use the allotments near the active functus after doing Priest in Peril. Now I won't be showing too many clips of me farming, as it really is just the same thing over and over again, so unless I get like an important level, don't expect too many clips of me farming. And that's fishing contest completed, which gives us access to the White Wolf Mountain tunnel, which allows us to go under the White Wolf Mountain, which saves us a lot of time and easier access to the Catherby farming area. So now we're going to get level 40 mining to finish off our final requirement for the Watchtower quest, and we're going to talk to Nermoff here to get all the pickaxes up to adamant and just switch them out when that's needed. So here I'm starting at level 1 mining, gonna mine some copper and tin. I'm not gonna smelt them or anything, just gonna power mine them, drop them as soon as I can. And I'm gonna go all the way to level 15 before I can mine iron, and at that time I'm gonna go all the way to Ardoin and use that little, triangle of iron area where you can mine 3 pieces of iron without moving a single tile. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just getting more seeds by pickpocketing this master farmer here, and we got level 40 thieving, and I don't think we get anything from it, but it's a cool little milestone to get. Well, I missed a little pop-up there at the bottom, but we have a level 9 farming, which means we can now plant Guam seeds, which means our herblore grind has started. Dork, my man, I just coincidentally found these 4 copper, 2 iron, and 6 clay just out of nowhere. That's crazy, isn't it? So we just finished Dork's quest in quite literally 10 seconds, and ooh, 18 mining. So this guy right here is not happy at all mining his iron, and this guy, dude, yep, he's gonna hit me for a 3, so I'm gonna have to rethink my strategy on this one. Oh my goodness, what on earth happened here? Why is everything dead? Well, I guess the herbs are fine, so I guess that counts for something. So we got our first herbs on the account, and I'm gonna use them on this tool icon here to note them. And I know I already gave the whole speech on it and everything, so you guys know, and I'm just gonna tuck them right in this bottom right inventory slot here. Just hit level 14 farming, and we unlocked Marintils. And here we get level 19 farming, which gives us Terramins, and that gives us strength potions, I believe. So me and the bears made this little deal, which allows me to mine their iron, so that allows me to get level 40 of mining, and that allows us to do the Watchtower quest finally. So Jagex here in Taverley sells some pretty important things herblore wise. He sells vials of water, pestle mortar, and the eyes of Newt. And the eyes of Newt and vial of water I'll be using quite a bit in my early herblore levels, as both the eye of Newt and the vial of water combined with the guam leaf will allow me to make attack potions, which is easy early herblore XP. So I dropped my eyes of Newt for a few open inventory spaces, and with that open inventory space I can use these guam leaves onto the bank booth here and get actual guam leaves back. And I can use these guam leaves onto the vials of water to turn them into guam potion unfinished, and I can use those onto eyes of Newt, which will turn them into attack potions. And since Jagex in Taverley does, like I just mentioned, sells eyes of Newt and vials of water, I can hop back between Valador and Taverley to make as many attack potions as I want, as long as I have the provided guam leaves. Some great news, we got ourselves a Rargh seed. But the bad news is that we only have 22 farming, and that will take us to 32 before we can actually use the thing. So it's gonna stay here at the bottom right of my inventory for quite a while. Dude, okay, so I accidentally clicked the farmer instead of the master farmer, and I killed him, and I got this Rargh redrop. Dude, I wonder what the odds of that are. Alright, so I think I'm gonna wrap up that session of master farmers, and I'm really proud of what I got. The Alatma seeds, the Olympia roots, the Guam, Marintil, Harlander right here, and of course the Rargh seed. So right now I'm doing Romeo and Juliet to hit 32 quest points so I can do Dragon Slayer. I'm not gonna finish Dragon Slayer, I'm just gonna start it to the point where I can get the anti-dragon fire shield, so I can kill the green dragons in the wilderness so I can get the dragon bones, as the dragon bones is used in the waterfall quest. But the main reason for this clip is while speaking to the apothecary, I just realized like how many different like iterations of this guy's model has there been. I put it on screen now, like he went through, I think it was like 3, 4, or 5 different iterations, and that is Romeo and Juliet completed, and we have more than enough quest points to get into the Champions Guild to start the Dragon Slayer quest. And we're now an official member of the Champions Guild, and I'm gonna go talk to the guild master over here to start Dragon Slayer 1. I do want to mention on the second floor here in the Champions Guild is Scavo's rune shop, and Scavo does sell a lot of rune items, but not the rune plate body, and a lot of the green d'hide items, but not the green dragon hide top. Oziak is the one that sells the plate body and the green d'hide top, so I'm gonna have to complete Dragon Slayer 1 sometime to get access to those. And now we have the anti-dragon fire shield, so now we can kill dragons, and we're gonna go kill a green dragon. Not Rargh the green dragon, that's for another day. This is the green dragon I'm talking about. Like I said before, we're gonna use its dragon bones as it's required in the Watchtower quest. And we only have 100 casts of fire strike, so I don't know if we can kill it. Yeah, we came close, but I'm gonna have to come back with this one with more runes. So I did kill the dragon on the second time, and we did get 30 magic along the way. Fun fact, if you talk to the Edgeville monks, they can heal you for free. So we just hit 31 magic, and with 31 magic plus the wizard's mind bomb, that'll give us 33 magic, and 33 magic allows us to use the telekinetic grab. And I'm gonna go down to the Baroque West Bank basement, and down there behind a locked gate, there's a few gold bars, there's a few coins, and I'm gonna need one of those gold bars for the Watchtower quest. Another fun fact is that this lever right here, the Ardoin lever that takes you to level 50 wilderness, existed in 2002, so I can definitely use this. However, the Edgeville lever came out in 2014, I believe. So that one is off limits. I cannot use that to get to Deep Wildy for whatever reason I need to go, which is why I'm using this one to go to the magic shop in Deep Wildy to get some long runes for telekinetic grab. So now we're gonna get started with the Watchtower quest, and as you can see in my inventory is filled to the brim. And those 4 cakes in my inventory, I'm gonna have to somehow find a way to stretch it out throughout the whole entire quest. Oh my goodness, dude. The sandwich lady's here. I'm trying to kill this guy. My inventory's full. I have to drop something. There's just so much going on. Alright. Watch this. Use this crystal on this guy because I want to get rid of it to free up some inventory space, right? And he tells me to hold on to it until I have all 4. Why can't you hold on to it? I'm running out of inventory space, dude. I'm the old Ironman here, you're not. So I could have sworn these guys had like big white eyes, and I looked into it a little bit, and it turns out that they've been like this throughout the whole time they've been in Old School RuneScape, and it's the chambers of Zarek scavids that you see in the caves, like the scavids that you killed to get Darkened Juice and Sicily and all that. Those scavids are the exact same model as they were before the graphical update. These scavids right here on screen are the brand new ones, and the ones in Chambers of Zarek are the old models. So I'm supposed to run into this cave with 5 more slices of cake left, and I'm supposed to dodge and tank like blue dragons and lesser demons, so there isn't really much to report on. I guess I over-exaggerated it, but I did use all my food, have absolutely nothing left. But I do have the 4 crystals, so we just need to organize them now, I'm pretty sure, then the quest is complete. And then is the watchtower complete, and we went from 33 magic to 38 magic. So now I'm gonna try and get the monk's robes, and the monk's robes require 31 prayer to go upstairs in Edgeville Monastery. And doing the Holy Grail and Priest in Peril will get me that level 31. But before we do Holy Grail, we need to do Merlin's Crystal, so let's do that now. These Renegade Knights right here look so ugly, and well, I guess the old Baroque guards before they changed it with the diversity update. That and this quest line, like King Arthur and his knights, really shows that Old School RuneScape was in that awkward year between like 2007 and 2008 where RuneScape HD came out. So like the Renegade's knights right here and like King Arthur and his men are like really like weirdly detailed compared to other NPCs in the game. Alright, and that's Merlin's Crystal completed, and we can now do Holy Grail. So I kind of forgot, during Holy Grail you do have to visit Entrada for like a brief minute, so I'm gonna have to drop all my stuff and hopefully it's not stolen or disappear by the time I get back. And it looks like our items are all still on the ground, so that's good. Alright, so now it's time to face the Black Knight Titan, and I don't know if he hits, which is why I have like a million cakes. I believe you can flinch him, but the cakes are just like, no, just in case. Given how bad my stats are, this is gonna take a really, really long time. But thankfully he doesn't despawn. So it's been about like 8 minutes, if I had to guess, 7-8 minutes, and this guy is still tanking. Holy crap, just die already. Alright, there we go. It took like an extra like 20 seconds after that last clip. And now it's time to get the Holy Grail. Oh, there she is. Ain't she beautiful? Alright, Mr. King Arthur, take your Holy Grail. And then as the Holy Grail completed, we get a crap ton of prayer and defense experience, and we get 29 prayer and 31 defense. And look at all the new prayers that we unlocked. And from one king to another, we had to talk to King Roald, and the point is, we have to start the Priest and Peril quest, and then we can have 31 prayer. Holy crap, look at that champion. Spenny 603, what a god. Did you guys see what he was wearing? Oh my goodness. That was like peak 2005. He had like the full dragon and like the dragon longsword and everything. Oh my god. What an inspiration. This is probably like the worst quest as an Ultimate Ironman. I have to bring back 50 unnoted rune essence, and with the inventory space that I have, I have to do this 3 times. I have to go give it to him, go back, mine it all, go back again, and then repeat the process. Ooh, Magic Genie. And of course we're gonna put this on Herblore, and we get level 16. No unlocks though. Alright, Drizzle, this is your final inventory. Priest in Peril is completed. We get 1406 prayer bonus. Oh, this is gonna start Nature Spirit, isn't it? Alright, so we got level 30 prayer. How close are we? Oh, we just need like, what is that, like 80 experience, 90 experience? That's not that bad. Hey, so while getting the monk robes, I'm gonna do this outro, and I want to say thank you for watching for episode 2 of the Ultimate Ironman series. And this is what is it? It's 5:26 a.m. in the morning right now on Thursday, and hopefully I can get this up within the next few hours. And then episode 3, which should also be a shorter one like this one. This is like what, like 13 minutes? Should come out on Saturday, hopefully, or Sunday. But there's 31 prayer, and now we can go upstairs and get our monk robes. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. This is what I'm gonna be wearing during my Barrows runs. As you can see, the insane prayer bonus, the plus 11 prayer bonus, which is gonna be absolutely huge for our Barrows runs. But yeah, as I said before, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.